Hi guys, happy Friday. Yuck. Yeah, totally, it's the weekend. No, not cool. Alright, so, kind of did a little tour of the altars yesterday, nothing major. Today we will go back into actually treading the mill so we can actually raise our own energy and direct it to whatever we want, our desired outcomes, which is incredible. Have you guys done the raising your internal fire technique before you guys have started, doing the focus and the tension and all of that? Maybe? So, alright. Treading the mill is also referred to as pacing the mill, and this is one of the basic techniques of traditional witchcraft, and the term can also be used to mean craft working in general. So literally it's craft working in general. Now, as with most things in the craft, it is apparently very simple in practice, but quite profound in its effects. It's really, really, really intense. So, in essence, this practice involves treading or pacing a circle around a fixed point in the center, all the while keeping your eyes focused on the central point. It becomes, when you start treading that and you start going around and around and around and around, and it's crazy. It's like being on a merry-go-round, but it is more, things start to happen. You'll see stuff. You'll see the different entities, possibly. Now, in other words, you are walking round in a circle with your chest facing forward, but your head is going to be turned to one side to focus on the center of your mill. So it's not hard at all, but it becomes intense. So it becomes a physical exercise to the point of where you actually can collapse and fall down, and it's just not in a bad way, but it happens. So now this focal point may be a natural feature in the landscape, which would be really, really interesting to do outside, especially if you want to round up and the serpentine energy outside. Alright, so such as just a tree stump or a standing stone, which would be amazing. Or maybe one of that you have placed there yourself. That's really cool. We have almost something that looks like a little piece of Stonehenge that my dad did outside. And I thought that was really interesting. And snakes actually live there. I love it. Now, such as your stang or your staff or a fire that you've lit. So the focus will depend on the intent of the rite and what is actually available. So remember, the craft is always practical. If you if you haven't got what you really want, ideally use something else. That is the biggest thing in the craft, the traditional craft. You have a lot of room for creativity and to use different tools and implement other ones, but you still have to stay focused on the traditional path. You have to stay, it's structured, very much so. So the direction of your treading will also depend on the rite you are working. Now, as mentioned elsewhere, if the rite is purely for celebratory reasons, which usually in traditional craft we don't celebrate the turning of the seasons. It's usually focused on magic and mysteries. So then the tread would normally be clockwise or diesel. Now, if for magical or other practical reasons, the tread would be normally Widdershins or anti-clockwise. And it really honestly doesn't matter because both are the same. If you go clockwise and counterclockwise, you're still doing the same direction because of the way the earth spins. Isn't that interesting? I think so. Now, the energy raising... Wait, where did I go? Oh, right there. The energy raising and trance-inducing properties of the practice are not altered one jot by the direction of treading. It is purely to separate the different purposes in our minds, in our own minds, that we differentiate. So this practice may be performed indoors or outdoors, and equally effective whether in a fully prepared compass or not. And depending on the reasons for working, it may sometimes be better not to hollow a compass, but to use a naturally occurring circle within the landscape. As ever, it all depends. It is so interesting because this is it just brings up so much energy, and it's really, really awesome. It's just fun, and it's just amazing. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, so how do you actually go about treading the mill? So let us assume that you wish to increase your energy and to create a light trance state for the purposes of contacting the local land spirits, which is the best thing that you can possibly do. Get in touch with your local land spirits. Sometimes they probably not. You've got to build a really good rapport like we did before with the dryads, because they won't talk to you. No, if they don't want to help you, they're not going to help you. Even if you call them, you can't demand them to do anything for you, because they won't. So, you would go to your accustomed working place outdoors, and having performed all of the usual courtesies, place your stang upright at the center of the working area. Now, in this case, you will hollow the compass first, purely to delineate this world from the other. Now, lightly raise your internal energy, although it should automatically become raised by this technique anyway, and concentrating on your intent, and starting from the north, begin to tread the inside of the edge of the compass in a Widerstands directions, anti-clockwise. So, where did I go? Where did I go? I don't know where the hell I went. Oh, concentrating on your intent and starting from the north, begin. I already read that. There we go. Now turn your head to the left so that you can place your focus on the stang in the center, but keep your body facing forward, out like that, in your direction you are going. You may wish to intone some kind of a chant to reinforce your purpose, and most people find this helps, but keep it simple and softly voiced. There's no need, you don't have to shout, you don't have to scream, nothing like that. You can do it very, very quietly. So keep your tread at a steady pace to begin with. A slightly slower than usual walking pace is good. And your eyes fixed on the stang as you tread round. Now as you go, you will gradually find that your energy begins to increase, and you can actually feel yourself becoming warmer. Yeah, a lot more warmer. You get really warm, so this will not be due to the physical exercise alone, as this is minimal. You will also find that you will naturally begin to enter a light trance state. When you become more relaxed, your focus becomes more acute, your mind becomes clearer, and your purpose sharper. Very true. I was doing some really, really weird breathing techniques in bed last night, and it was like it was different. I about left my body. I did leave my body, but it was weird. I mean, I've never left my body in a sense like that before. It was just really different. I was placing my focus and my attention on somewhere else, and it actually worked, and I was like, whoa. It was different. I've never done it in bed like that. So, but it was interesting. It's very, very interesting. Now, from this point on, the right tends to take care of itself, and you will find that you have little conscious control over what takes place, just to go with the flow. So basically anything that you're doing, if you fall down from treading, if you get exhausted and you decide to lay down and you burst into laughter, all kinds of things, sensations, if you're in control and you know what's going on, then you're doing it wrong. So, as with most rites in traditional witchcraft, once you have reached the actual working stage where things are beginning to happen, if you can consciously direct what is going on, then you're not doing it right, or it just isn't happening. So practice at letting go is just as important as knowing how to keep control. So in this instance, you will come to no harm, as you have called on the local land spirits, and they will only come if they are interested in you. If not, they just won't be available for contact. So you may experience them in any number of ways, by direct sight, either as recognizable forms, or maybe shifting patterns of light. I see the lights, the colors out of the corners of my eyes, almost like a prism. Not a migraine, not the migraine rainbow, but the prism. It's different. Or color at the edge of vision by seeing their presence in communication. Now, by direct apprehension, as if of the mind to mind, that's also another one too. I love mental telepathy, especially with my Darla doll. So, or in various other ways. Now, your treading of the mill may or may not have spontaneously come to an end by now. But if not, once you are aware of what you are doing again, cease pacing and sit down. Hallow some food and drink to take and share with the spirits, and then clear away and depart. So it's really difficult to tell how anybody is going to experience anything different within treading the mill, because everybody does it differently. It's always different. Not everybody's going to experience the same thing. Even if you're in a group right, you're not going to experience the same thing. So it is difficult to say how any one individual will experience treading the mill, as all are different. So as are the reasons for working the ride. So the time it takes to perform the ride is always very flexible. All one can do is start and see where it goes. So it will end in its own time, be that half an hour or 3. So yeah, it gets crazy. You can do like, I've been done it for about an hour and it felt like a minute. So really it's kind of like you step into a place of no time and no space. It's pretty interesting. So he says here, from his own experiences, he can say that the results and effects vary markedly from occasion to occasion. At one time, he says, I treaded the mill intending no more than a gentle contact with the land at the time of Michaelmas. The pace became quicker and quicker as time went on, until, he says, I found myself practically whirling around the stang with the distinct impression of running with a pack of hounds. So that's when the stuff starts to happen. That's when the stuff starts to come out of the woodwork, or it starts to, you sense it from the compass's edge, and it is amazing. At another time, he says, I was building up to a concerted attempt of entering a certain realm with the aim of contacting a specific being, and all that happened was a feeling of great languor. And he says, I was left with a gentle, fading chuckle in my inner ear. It's gonna be different for everybody, but it's so intense and it's so awesome. So I really, if you guys want to try this, do it, because it is great. So, but all you can do is start and see where you land, and that's half the fun. So tomorrow we'll actually go on to trance working, which is even more interesting. So, but yeah, treading the mill is great. It's a very, very good exercise for pretty much everybody that is involved in traditional craft. So, let's do some coffee talk. But yeah, I love it. I love treading the mill, and I think it's very fun. It can be, if you have fibromyalgia or any kind of like global body pain, that you're in pain 24/7, every day of the year, when you actually tread the mill, when you start and when you begin, and then when you finally get into it, that body pain goes away. So, just a heads up, the body pain goes away. So if you have like rheumatoid arthritis like me, or fibromyalgia, it goes away. So, alright. I'm terrified, you guys. We're getting new roofs, whatever you want to call it, this month, and then in September we're getting all new windows, and I am terrified that it's going to, I'm literally terrified, and I don't even know if I want to be here. I love this house. I love being in this haunted house. It's amazing. I wouldn't change it for the world, but if it's going to upset what's here, what I coexist with, and what we have actually become to coexist with, it's taken a while for certain people of the family to pretty much accept and coexist with the different energies here, entities, because there are quite a few. I'm terrified that something terrible is going to happen with that. I'm very terrified that they're going to be very upset. Very, very upset. Because you guys remember the last time that the hole in the basement happened? Wasn't good. It wasn't good. Wasn't good. It was scary. It scared the crap out of me. It really honestly did. I've never had that kind of an experience before, and I've never been treated like that before by anybody. And it's just scary. It's very, very scary, so I don't know. It needs done. It definitely needs done. We need new roofs. Not on the house, on the garage. The house is getting new windows. And I don't know, what are we going to what are we going to piss off? So just in advance, it's not my fault. I don't even want new windows. So please, don't take it out on me. Gustavo, hi my brother. Italian Stallion, always. Shadow Zone Productions, great setup, Ryan. Thank you. Yeah, it's here. It's a lot to clean, but I love it. I love this space. Lady Blind Wolf, 3 hearts. Thank you. Mary, how are you? You scared me. What is going on? Are you okay? I really hope you're okay. You scared the out of me. Okay, Mary, hi my love. I love you. I'm having a custom Ouija board made with the Fernite chips and resin. Oh my god. By Jesse Pollock. I love him. I love Jesse. His work is amazing. Mary, good evening. Good afternoon, love. I love you. I do. You're amazing. Oh, Partial Sun. I actually ordered the witch's oil today, or the other day, and it's going to be here today. So yeah, now I know what I'm getting, and I'm very excited for that. So hopefully I can use that to kind of, appease whatever's here while, stuff does happen, renovations. But it's crazy. Hi Ryan, I've got good news and bad news. First with the bad. Unfortunately, my wand I ordered was stopped by customs and destroyed. How can they destroy it? Due to it being an invasive wood in some states. Oh god. So I'm currently talking to the shop owner to see what to do now, but for the good news, the release date of the person I told you about is getting pushed back month, which is amazing. I don't know if the court date changed due to my own magic, probably, or telling my ancestors, maybe both. I think both. Honestly, your ancestors, big time. But anyways, yeah. Hope all is well and that you're doing good today. I'm very, I don't know, I feel funny today. Different. It's too gloomy. Also, I found out that my mom tried to channel one of my aunts before, and she got pretty close to actually doing it before quitting. Ooh. I would love to hear more about that. Oh, I was so upset about losing the wand. I felt like I had lost a family member and almost fell into an anxiety attack. Oh. I'm outside now walking barefoot on the wet grass. Good. I was too yesterday. It was amazing. Rained on me. I loved it. I did. Lady Witch. Cindy Miller. Hi. Brent Edwards. Lord Welp. Carole Lacusta. Jay Phoenix. Diane Hannon. Hi, love. Alexandra Hill. Ava Lagasse. Susie Civiter. Hi. Ozzy's Yabo's World. Are you guys arguing? Okay, that was a year ago. My Queen of Negativity, how are you? J. Anthony W., hello. Who else? Alchemy of Life, hello. Kate the Witch, hi my love. Lisa Oaks, Mr. Dizzy Vaughn, Clutch. Sky Sullivan, Habib. Hi. S. Chloe Flores. Hi, loves. Alright, guys. What was that all about? It was like a giant claw. But alright, guys. Time to go pick up Chico's, my baby dogs. Pretty much like a cortisone injection, so we're going to do him at home now, so we don't have to, it's too much to take him to the vet. So doing it at home is just, it's 100 times better for him, and I'm like, yes, please, it's perfect. But alright, guys. I love you guys with all my heart. Please be safe, stay healthy, and just stay healthy. Don't go nowhere. I love you guys with all my heart. All the way from Venus, always. God, my right arm is killing me. All the way back down. And thank you guys for your amazing comments. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you all tomorrow.